All right, next I want to check out this vocal again and get an idea where it's
Baby,
at.
let's take it slow.
I want to add some compression to it and give you some reasons why we do add compression and set something else up here in the mix. I want to make sure my de-esser is in front of the compressor. Okay, that's always showing. I want to also change this compressor around. And the reason why we compress, which I want to get further into, is that we need to make the vocal have this smooth appeal to it. Like when you hear a record, as compared to hearing a vocalist live or something, or like at a karaoke where the person's voice goes up and down and they have to be right directly in the microphone. If they're not, get too close, it sounds real bassy. Get this bass proximity effect from that. So we want to make sure we have none of that going on. So the reason why, of course, we have the de-essing, the EQ, and the compression as well, just to make sure we've got something that sounds really good and it's really clean, including the gate, of course. Now, I like to use this compressor here. This is the BF76. It's like a peak limiter compressor. Now, as we showed you before, the other compressor we have, I'll show you right here, they have a threshold level and they have a knee. Well, you'll notice here on the BF76, there's no threshold or knee. How this works is that it's a preset. It's already built into the circuitry of this machine. Now, years ago, we used to use this actually in our studio. It was a physical hardware device, a really great compressor. It's a 1176 great for snare drums, vocals, really good. And how it works is that the input is set to a level. Let's say I bring it all the way up here, and then the gain reduction happens, and you see it here in the meter. As compared to the other compressor, we'll show you right here, where we have the gain reduction happen, we have our gain going here, and our threshold level set here. So we can change our threshold level at any point in time, and then the gain reduction would happen according to where the threshold level was set at, and according to the amount of input into the compressor. And this is the Dyne 3 compressor. But here with the Bomb Factory compressor, which comes with your Pro Tools system, it's really cool. It's already built into the system, and I'll press play.
Baby, let's take it slow. Cause the future we don't know. I want this thing to last. So let's not move too fast. Given a chance, I believe.
And you'll see it here in the meter. See the meter return back to. So what happens is that if I turn it down low, you've got low input going in, right?
Don't know.
So I gotta turn it up more. See that?
So
And the more I turn it up,
the
more the gain reduction happens here in the meter.
I believe if taken slowly, you could
and we get a little more sustain. You can hear it.
Lover. Whoa. It feels just like a dream.
And there's so much going on here that the compressor, the gate can't even mess with it. There's just really a lot of input there. So we have to readjust our gate to fit what we're trying to pull out and keep in. But you can see how it sustains more. It drives the vocal harder. It gets a much more consistent sound. What you want to have from a vocalist. You want to have it go up or down. When they sing low, you want to bring up the floor some. When they sing too loud, you want to bring the ceiling down. So you can have this nice, even vocal track with levels that are within one specific range. It's very important when doing vocals. So what I do is I'll take this here and I'll put it, let's say maybe about 12. I'll figure out what the best level for it is. I may play the vocal for a while.
Let's take it slow, cause the future we don't know.
And this is the output.
I want this thing to last.
So I want to match them up.
So let's not move
I want it too loud.
Fast. Given a chance.
I don't want it to be too loud. I want it to just match either one. You see how the gain goes right back here? The gain goes right back. You can see I can have the ratio set here as well. I have 4 to 1, 8 to 1, 12 to 1, and 20 to 1. Now, you have to know the genre of music you're trying to deal with. Like, for example, if I'm doing jazz, I'm not going to go 20 to 1. You know, the jazz thing is going to have this up and down thing going on. That's part of this emotional response to the music. So that person's being much more creative in a sense with everything going on with the music. While what I'm doing with rock and roll or some pop, it's going to be hard-hitting driving. So I have to make sure that everything is driving along with the music as the music drives along as well. And I may do 20 to 1 in that case. For R&B, I may set to maybe around 12 to 1. So you have to know what specific ratios will fit the genre of music or the style of music that you're working with too as well. You can see here we have gain reduction here, and we have the different meter levels. Here's 24, minus 24. Here's minus 18. So I can set my level here. Let's go back to my vocal. And I'm trying to blend my input with my output.
Future we don't know. I want this thing to last, so let's not move too fast.
So I just took that out, and now we're back to the normal setting we had before. So I'll just bring this up somewhat here. I want to stick with maybe about a 12 ratio. Keep my gain reduction going on here. Then we have our attack. Now, this is different than the other compressor is. The other compressor has a different attack to it. Like, for example, here, with this attack, that here is faster and here is slower. So that means counterclockwise is faster, and then clockwise is slower. Same with the release. But on the Bomb Factory BF76 is different. The faster release is here at 7, and the slower release is at 1. The attack is slow here and super fast here at 7. So generally you may want to keep them somewhere like this and be clockwise, or one clockwise, one like maybe 3 and 5 sometimes. And you'll notice the difference.
Baby, let's take it slow.
And the release is longer there.
Future we don't know. I want this thing to last.
And you always want to hear it in context with the music as well. So I may want to play it back with the music and see me how this sounds a little bit. Let me turn the speaker down so I'm not too sure how it's going to sound.
Baby, let's take it slow, cause the future we don't know. I want this thing to last, so let's not move too fast. Given a chance, I believe, if taken slowly you could be my love, my lover. It feels just like a dream.
So we've got the vocal there. We're going to make it even it out. Make it very even within the mix. So this just give you a good idea of how the BDF works. So you can see that I sort of like brought the level down. I can bring my input up a little bit more if I'd like to, but it sounds stronger. Now, a lot of problems I see guys do, they get this compressor. Oh, it sounds great, but it's actually louder than what it is. You don't want to go for loudness. We want to go with consistency and make sure that it's strong quality in the sound. Loud is wrong. You need to have a nice, strong, pumping, with good attacks, an even release, and enough gain so that when it does get too loud, it can reduce it, and enough of a bottom floor so it keeps it dead on.